Hey y'all, Austin here with Outer World Media. Welcome back to another weekly update, guys. I want to start off by saying hopefully you guys are having a great start to your week, if you will. Also want to say happy Texas Chainsaw Massacre Day, guys. Yes, August 18th, 1973, guys. You know what I'm talking about. You know about that van that stopped at a house that they shouldn't have. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out one of the greatest horror movies of all time. But I'm not here to talk about horror movies, unfortunately, although I probably do need to talk about that a little bit more here on the channel. Just kind of wanted to pop in and kind of let you guys know what's going on and kind of give you guys a little bit of an update. So I am going to start this video off on a bit of a downer, guys. It's not something that I've taken lightly. I'm not going to lie. I am at this point in time going to be DNFing the Wheel of Time series. Didn't really want to get a whole lot into it, in all honesty. Nothing bad or anything like that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm 200 pages in, and I kind of cleared this with Dustin first. I haven't even told Bing yet, but I'm 200 pages in, guys, and I don't have the desire to pick up this book. I know that Dustin said that this book was a slog for him as well, but I've said it before on here a couple times, guys. My reading time is very, very limited. So I'm going to read stuff that I want to read. I don't want to force myself to read something now. And I was even telling my wife about this a couple days ago, if the book's slow, I can typically kind of power through. And that's what I did the first few books in this series. Kind of slow starts. That last 25% of the book, though, is really where it picks up. And that, in my opinion, that's what I was reading those books for, was for the last 25%. But I don't know. Again, I didn't really find myself wanting to pick up the series. Not that it's a bad series. Again, I found myself really not caring what was going on with the characters and whatnot, and I don't think that it's bad. I don't think it's a bad book. I don't think I'm in the right headspace. This is not a series that you take lightly by any means. So yeah, and again, I don't want to talk about what I think it might be wrong with this series. Again, I enjoyed it, and I probably will come back around to picking this book back up and giving the series another try. There's a lot of people out there who love this series, and I'm not going to take that away from them. I enjoyed the first 3 books. Again, I think I've hit a slog with this, and I'm just going to push this to the side, DNF this for now, and just kind of pick up some other stuff, try to get more reading done. Again, with my spare time reading wise being very limited, I like to enjoy what I read. So that kind of leads me to, what am I going to be reading? Because that was pretty much the only thing really that I had set in stone for the next year or so, to be honest with you, year and a half. So I'm not sure what the plan is. I know I did pick up a couple other books. I did finish Ghost of Honolulu. That review is up today. It was up earlier this evening, but I picked up a couple what I thought are going to be quick reads. Picked up a Louis L'Amour, picked up Over on the Dry Side. Just sat down for a little bit to read last night, so not super far in, but again, it's a Louis L'Amour book. Won't take me too long to read. Essentially, this book is about a father and son so far who come across this homestead, and they find a body, and they end up having this fellow who comes onto the land, and he knows the fellow that was dead, and it's kind of a little bit of a mystery. So yeah, enjoying that. And then I did pick up Dan Carlin's The End Is Always Near. What I can say on this, and I could talk a little bit more about this, I'm 30-something pages into this book. The first chapter, this book essentially is, from what I understand, the premise is, how old civilizations like Rome and whatnot fell, Persia, all those, Greece, Athens, will the world, like the continents, the whatever that we have now, will they end? And so Dan, the first chapter is talking about, do tough situations make people tougher? And then the second chapter was about children, and how children were treated back in the day versus how they are now in ancient civilizations and whatnot. And so Dan's working up to the comparisons that we have now versus back then. It's a little bit of a different book than what I thought it was going to be, but I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie, the first two chapters really did feel like I was reading. I felt like word for word a couple of his episodes, little blurbs of them. But again, I'm enjoying them. 30 something pages in, so nothing to complain about there. And that's kind of it for now, guys. I'm debating on what I want to read next. You know, I got quite a few series that I do want to continue or pick back up, if you will. You know, I have the Dirk Pitt series. I have the Ashes series by William Johnstone. I have Malazan that I started and just for whatever reason didn't continue on with it. You know, I made a comment the other day in a video that, you know, my wife and me, we are, as of this recording, we just finished the 7th season of A Game of Thrones. And so, you know, I think it's like 8 episodes left of the show. So I was telling my wife, I really want to read that. And I ordered the series and then canceled it. It was a whole fiasco. And I don't know, I might pick that up. I really have the itch, I guess the best way to put it, to go back and read that series after watching the show. I've heard, you know, the first couple seasons and the first couple books are very, very close and similar, but there's stuff in the books obviously that aren't in the show somehow. So I might do that. I don't know. I'm kind of leaving myself, you know, open right now. Again, just kind of read what I'm in the mood for. That being said, though, guys, I have an idea for September that I might pull the trigger on. I don't know. We're gonna see. You know, I'll leave you with this as a little hint. September, you know, is obviously next month, and I've been really getting into history books, and I've talked about a couple books that I picked up that are related. And yeah, ancient civilizations, ancient nomadic people. That's what I'll leave that at. Hopefully, maybe somebody can crack the code. Who knows? We'll see. But again, guys, that's kind of what's going on right now. I was just trying to read these 2 books, try and see if I enjoy them. Gonna be putting on Texas Chainsaw Massacre here as soon as I'm done with this. So if you guys haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend go watch it. Even if this is weeks from when this video comes out, go watch it. I promise you'll probably enjoy it. I know there's a couple people that I've met that haven't, but again, that's horror movie talk, and that's not what we're here for. But again, guys, that's kind of what's going on. Again, unfortunately, DNFing Wheel of Time for the moment. We'll see, but continuing on with some other stuff. So again, guys, I will see you next time, and let me know down below what you're reading, and let's see if anybody can guess what my idea might be for next month. As always, y'all have a good one.